everybody. How are you? Welcome back. For those of you that just saw the react I put up of the Lolcow live, Chantal went on panel and made a complete fool of herself. I'm sorry. I'm still laughing. It was too much. It was too much in all the right ways. Oh, we needed that in girl world. Did we not? We needed that. Chantal was making a complete clown of herself, and I was living for it. Oh, a live like that was more fun and more entertaining than all of her mukbangs, all of her current lives. It was just everything we needed, especially Tina. The way Tina was given a tour. she she had no chill. She had no F's to give, and she gave none to Chantal. And Chantal went up on panel thinking she was going to get all the praise and, oh, look, Foodie Beauty is here. Let's welcome her up. And that just did not happen. And Chantal, I know why you went up there. You have been gunning for a spot on Lolcow Live. You want to get paid by Teamster because the money on your channel is dropping rapidly. The feeders are dropping off rapidly. And you're like, I got to make money somewhere. You want to get on his payroll. And you figure, I'm a Lolcow. Why not go there? Why not get paid from somebody else? It's a steady paycheck, just me being me. But didn't he already say that he's looking for a good-looking woman? And he was on panel with you, and he could have told you, look, you got a spot. But the entire time you were on panel, he did not say that. I love the fact that they put her on panel. She was the only person up there that was not paid to be there. She went up there for free. They roasted the crap out of her, and then they threw her away. That's so great. It's you can't ask for better. It was wonderful. You got used again, Foodie. You got used again. Love that the most for you. So everybody's been waiting to see what her response would be. Well, she did a video today, not a live, a video. And she said she's not going to audition for the Lolcow Queens. She's not going to audition at all. That's good because they wouldn't accept you anyway. They don't want you, Chantal. Look, you've done everything. You were all up in the chat. You bought a membership. You went on panel, and they still didn't want you. You were doing the most, and they did not want you. Girl, stop trying. It ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's not. No, it's not gonna happen, Chantal. I want to go over the live that Chantal did. I'm sorry, excuse me, the video that Chantal did, as well as stuff on Twitter, because I've been gathering stuff on Twitter after my video. Got some stuff to show you. So you guys know what time it is. It's time for the Twitter peeps. All right, it's time for the Twitter peeps, y'all. You guys know how I love to show you this stuff on Twitter. What are people saying on Twitter? Some of you are on Twitter, some of you are not. But for those of you that are not on Twitter, this is the way for you to keep up with all the Twitter conversation without actually having to be there. So let me just go ahead and bring it up. Let me just share the screen. One moment. And for those of you that are on Twitter, if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, WowGirlSarah. Okay. So this tweet from your mom's emotional support carrot says, not Chantal trying to walk back her appearance and behavior on Lolcow Live. Too late. Too late. She made the decision to go on someone else's panel, on someone else's channel, and make a complete fool of herself, knowing that she couldn't dirty delete it away. If things went south, she could not dirty delete the evidence because it belonged to somebody else. It's somebody else's content. She went on a panel knowing that she could not control the narrative. She could not control the people on the panel, but she went up anyway because she was so desperate to be on the payroll for Keemster. And it all went south in the most wonderful way. And I love that for her. So Unicorn Pondu says she can't blame party favors. She can't blame Natter. She can't copyright strike. She can't go in and edit anything. And she can't blame reactors. And she didn't make a dime. Love that for her the most. Yep. And Yaba has already gone live this morning and she had a ball with the live. Oh, she was enjoying herself. And I'm sure Frenchie is going to have a ball as well. Isn't it lovely when you think about it that a lot of reactors are going to make money today? A lot of them. And yet Chantal's the only one not making money with this. Her clownery has given up some entertainment, but she can't profit off the entertainment. Oh, it's fantastic. Well done, Chantal. Well done. Well done. Two-Tailed Caperer said favorite, possibly underrated moment from the Lolcow live last night when Foodie Beauty tried to say that she was one of the original Lolcows and everybody shut her down on that. Girl isn't even special in her own dirty little corner. I know that was a blow to her ego. You know, I have to wonder when she went up on panel, because the people that were up on panel, they're not, you know, in the immediate circle of girl world. Maybe she thought that they wouldn't know a lot about her and they knew more than she thought. And that's how they were able to drag the crap out of her. Maybe she thought because, oh, they don't know so much about me. They're in a different area of YouTube. I could just come on and get my praise and maybe get the job of being with Lolcow Live. They know more than you think, Chantal. I mean, the internet is forever. And they're on YouTube and things get around on YouTube. So you blew it, girl. You thought you could just go on there incognito. Nobody would know about your business. And they did know. So you chose to walk into that arena and you dealt with the gladiators. And boy, did they cut you up, ma'am. They sure did. Unicorn Pondu also says, not only did she not make anything, she spent money to be there. Hello, YouTube says she upgraded her membership so she could be a part of the Lolcow Live Discord. Honestly, the way she was acting in the chat, she is so much like Yo Mama, a desperate, dying channel trying to be popular. Oh, so she's part of the Discord? Yeah, that's going to go over well. That's going to go over like a lead balloon. Snarky Priest says, hey, Moodles, where's your ring, big girl? Seems sus to me that Foodie Beauty is on a live panel telling guys it's okay to look at her vag pics while rocking a single ring finger. Yeah, take a look at those hands. Let's look. Huh. Do y'all see a ring anywhere? Because I don't see one. I mean, it's unless it's an invisible ring, because where's your wedding ring, Foodie? You don't have your ring on. So you're going on acting as if you're a Muslim when you're not. You're going on there talking about your vag. You're giving permission to other men to look at your vag and saying it's not a big deal. You're wanting them to look at your vag and you're not wearing your ring. Okay. All right. Miss, I love my husband so much. Okay. We see you. We definitely see you. Yep. Moving on. Trippin says, and Foodie paid them for a membership to be ripped to shreds. She sure did. Not only did she not pay, but she paid to get roasted. God, you can't make this stuff up sometimes. Okay, now this is not Chantal related. This is someone called Creepy, and I don't know why they posted this. I don't find it creepy. Did you know that Enya is 63 years old, has never been married, and never had kids, and lives in a castle with her cats? I don't see a problem. I love Enya. I love her music. You put on Enya's stuff and it relaxes you. I could recommend Enya to anybody that you love beautiful music to relax to. Love her stuff. I don't see a problem with a 63-year-old woman having cats, not been married, no kids, and wants to live in a castle with just her fur babies. I don't see a problem with that. I mean, she's an entertainer and she's beautiful and she's talented. Let her live the way she wants to live. D. Angry Scott says, did everyone catch this? Foodie confirming that she has been through bankruptcy after having OF. Has she ever actually admitted this before? Must have been what happened to all the tax debt. Huh. There. Yeah. Yeah, she did say that, didn't she? Okay. Palette cleanser. Peaceful place. Yeah, that looks very peaceful. A nice hot bath. Although I would shut the door. I'm not going to take a bath with the door open like that. Don't know anybody looking in if I'm taking a bath. Monk says, I don't know who Tina is in this Lolcow live stream, but I love her. The Beast, of course, is trying to play victim. I'm only 10 minutes into the segment and I can already see she stands no hope as a co-host with Tina. She is relentless. All Foodie can do is stutter and stumble. Yeah. I want to see Tina and Foodie on a panel together, just the two of them. Keemster can be there to moderate, I guess, but put those two on the same panel. Let Tina rip her to shreds for about an hour and a half. Love that. I would love to see that. That would be gold. Okay, Yup said, thanks to your horrendous performance, you've made people, particularly women within the Muslim community, angry. Foodie. Can you afford to have more enemies? Credit Piggy on YouTube. So this was a comment. I guess it was left on the video. This person says, no Muslim woman would ever talk about such intimate matters. We are not even supposed to allude to having a libido or refer to any body parts that we do not show in public. And Chantal will say that it's okay not to be perfect Muslim, that no one is perfect. But this goes beyond just being a little imperfect. Not being crude is the bare minimum. If she can't do that, then find something else to lean on, not Islam. Agreed. She was being vulgar. She was being very immodest. She was being gross. Giving people permission to look at her vag pictures, encouraging the men to look at her vag pictures, being absolutely delighted that they were looking at them. She was getting male attention, even if it was from men that she was not attracted to. It was a real poop show. Burgundy Rose Bunny says, heed the warning, Foodie is stupid, stupid beauty. Get on any plane exiting Kuwait. What you did and said will be noticed. You messed up real big and in the wrong country. Yeah, she needs to walk carefully. She's in Kuwait. Things like that will get you in big trouble. Big trouble. Honestly, if she had a lick of sense, she would get on the plane and get out of there before anybody finds out what she said before word gets around. Honestly, she needs to go. She said too much. She did too much. It'd be stupid for her to stay. You can't say things like that while in Kuwait, but she did. So it's time to go, Foodie. It's really time to go. Nana Spike T says, Foodie, where are you at? To be another fly on the fart box wall. Do we think Salah let her have it? Or is he waiting to see if her shameful display pays off? She's always going on about his culture. This has to be a big no-no, right? Yeah, you would think so. You would absolutely think so. Kelly says, Foodie, can you explain, please, to Girl World why you thought it was a good idea for a modest Muslim revert to talk to a bunch of men about your kitty cat? What does your husband think about all this? No. What will his family think about this? I don't know, but I don't think they would approve. I don't think they would approve at all. Paranoid Android says, Girl World, is Foodie Beauty reporting comments from the Lolcow live video? Yeah, I've been seeing stuff on Twitter where people's videos are being reported or something. So I think Foodie's been on a tear about that. Like, she decided to go on the panel and say what she said, and she can't take down the live. So she's just going around and reporting what videos she can, perhaps, in comments, just trying to make the usual trouble, just acting like a human gnat. Truth Seeker says, mind you, she said all of this vile filth while living in Kuwait. She said she would suck a man's lollipop on live in Kuwait. She can, with that language, be arrested for that behavior. She's a chameleon because she's different depending on whose channel she's on. Right. She would never say this on her main channel. She's going to say it on Lolcow Live's channel because it doesn't affect her main channel. That's exactly why she did it. She wanted the attention, but she's using somebody else's channel to have the freedom to say what she wants to say. He thinks Keemster is going to be kind to her or the rest who is on panel. Trust and believe these people hate her and will never accept her in their circle. These people have known each other for years. Tina and Kidney Hinda Camera knew each other since he was a child. Look, I don't know the history of Keemster. I am not in his business like that. I don't know anybody else on the panel. The only rabbit hole that I've jumped into is Foodie's. I've not jumped into the rabbit holes of anybody else up there. So I will just, go by what you're saying is truth. Okay, Del Pondu says, I made $900 a week on OnlyFans. Are you sure about that, Foodie? Are you really sure? One like, one comment. Okay, sure you did. Okay, moving on. Burgundy Rose Bunny said, she should be very concerned right about now. If this video should land in front of Kuwaiti officials, I would be extremely worried. Because in that video, Chantal said she was a revert to the Muslim religion while agreeing to men seeing her kitty cat on a live. Oh dear. Yeah, like her attitude. Look, I don't know if anybody said anything to Foodie, if an official said something to Foodie, but it feels like she's just burning the house down. Like maybe she knows she's got to go, or maybe she knows she can't stay there much longer. So maybe the attitude is, I don't care. I'm going to be going anyway. So I'm going to burn the house down before I go. Let's just burn this thing down. Let's just tear it down and burn it down. That's what it feels like to me. I don't know how do you guys feel? Am I right? Do you think I'm right? Are you guys getting that same feeling that her time in Kuwait is coming to a close and she knows it, and that's why she's just not giving a crap? She's not watching her mouth. What do you guys think about this whole thing? Let me know. Let's see. All right, that's it for the catch up. So let's get on to her video, shall we? Let's get into the video. Okay, let me get past her Scameo ad. I don't want to show her Scameo ad. I don't care about it. Go away, Scameo ad. Okay. So here's Foodie's video saying why I won't audition for the Lolcow Queen show. Oh, we're doing that thing again, aren't we? You're doing that thing where you wanted to be on the show and they told you without telling you they're not interested in you. And so you're trying to frame it as you had a chance on the show, but you're deciding not to do it. Okay. Of course, you're a narcissist. In every story, the narcissist is either the victim or the hero. So she's trying to be the hero and make it seem like they wanted me on there. I could have gotten paid by him, but I'm saying no. You never had a chance. Keemster said in his live, he's looking for a certain type of woman, and that is not you. So, of course, you're going to make a video saying, I'm not going to audition for it. I'm not going to audition for it. Girl, even if you did, they wouldn't accept you. They don't like you over there, Chantal. Like, I guess, did you not pick up on the social cues? They don't like you at all. And here's the funny part is that they're not part of Girl World and they still roasted you. You still got roasted by people that are not directly part of Girl World. They're outside of Girl World and they knew about you and they roasted you anyway. Love that for you. But let's see what you got to say in this video. Okay, let's do that. Hope you guys enjoy.
Well, hello guys, welcome back to another video. So, I was on Lolcow live panel. Yes,
You know, I have to wonder if word had not gotten around on Twitter about her being on Lolcow Live, like word had not gotten all the way around about it, if she'd be making this video. You know, sliding doors here. If Foodie had gone on Lolcow Live and Girl World had not found out, we didn't know about it, I bet you she wouldn't have made this video. I bet she wanted to go over there to Lolcow Live and say what she wanted to say and maybe impress Keemstar and the rest of everybody there, and then just kind of like sneak in the back door and get a job there. And then we find out about it much later. But because Girl World found out about the Lolcow Live, because, you know, word travels quickly. Hello, it does. Now she's making this video. She's doing damage control. This is damage control because we found out. Girl World found out. A lot of people have done reactions. A lot of people have done videos. So now that everybody has seen and heard what she did on Lolcow Live, now she's got to address it. She's got to. It's in her face. And by the way, Chantal, I'm looking at your face. Mama, your eyes are looking really swollen. Have you been crying? You look like you've been crying a bit. I don't know why, but you do. Like your face is looking especially swollen today.
yesterday, and I thought I would talk about that. But here,
Boy, you've got those filters turned up to 20, do you not? Boy, that skin is looking flawless, and that is not your real skin.
here's a brief clip from me being on the panel.
I like it because you know what, but you'll have to probably give her a few bucks for her job wardrobe fund. So if you got a few extra bucks,
I got my own fund. I'm a boss bitch, man. I can afford my own wardrobe.
I think it could work, Keem. I think it could work.
Listen,
I mean, at least.
So I wanted to talk a bit about.
I'm not quite sure why she showed that part of the live. Maybe that clip was one of the tamer clips that she could come up with, because the rest of the clips were full of profanity and she was getting roasted to filth. That was like one of the tamer parts of the live. It just had to do with her attire. So I don't know how that ties into what she's about to talk about here. We'll figure it out. Let's watch.
About that. So Lolcow Live is a live show,
No kidding.
consisting of panel of Lolcows. In the Lolcow live show, it has Boogie 2988 and Wings of Redemption, and Keemstar is the
Why is she explaining the channel to us? I mean, we don't need this explanation. The channel is called Lolcow Live. I mean, it's in the name. Why do we need a full explanation about the name and the channel and the fact that they do panels featuring Lolcows? Why do you need to explain it to us?
host and owner of the show. He's the mastermind behind everything. Now, Keemstar is a very smart creator, very smart businessman, and he is planning on making a whole bunch of shows.
Hence the reason why Foodie was there. Her main channel is not making money for her anymore. It is a dying channel. Despite the size of the channel, like the number of subscribers, her channel is dying. And, you know, it's past its prime. And Foodie is not smart enough nor innovative enough, nor creative enough, nor ambitious enough to turn things around. She could turn things around, but she just, she's doing all the wrong things. And if she's not doing all the wrong things, she's doing nothing at all. It's either chaos that makes no sense or nothing. There's no in between here. So she is desperate to clout chase after somebody else on YouTube who's making money. She wants to get attached to that. She wants a piece of that pie. So she's been clout chasing after Keemstar. And she's been on the Lolcow live chat more than once, just acting like a groupie, fangirling, because she wants in on the action. She sees that Boogie is there and Wings of Redemption is there. And she's like, I'm a Lolcow. They should have me up. They don't have to have you up, Foodie. You want up because you're desperate and you're thirsty, and maybe some of your feedies have disappeared. Maybe the money's gone down. I mean, I would think if you went to a cafe and you couldn't even afford a cup of coffee, you're down bad. But why do they need you there? They really don't need you there.
His most recent project is Lolcow Queens.
Oh, wait a minute. Did y'all see that? That quick flash? She's got her ring back on. So when she went on the panel, the ring was off. Now, during the video, the ring is back on. She's been on Twitter. She saw the tweet that I just showed you guys about no ring. She put her ring back on for this. Yeah, you're on Twitter, Foodie.
Which would consist of a similar show to...
Yep, there's the ring. But it wasn't on for the panel. What happened? Why'd you put it back on? Why'd you take it off in the first place?
The Lolcow Live, but it would have an all-female panel. And I guess, one of those members confirmed for sure is Tina D from The Kid Behind the Camera. I'm not really familiar with.
Oh, so the Lolcow Queens, Tina's going to be part of that. And Tina does not like Foodie. I still think it would be great to put Foodie on a panel with Tina, because Tina would shred her like barbecue meat. Let it happen, Lolcow Live. Let it happen. Let those two go at each other again. Let Tina rip her apart. Like, it was glorious watching Tina go off on her. Come on. Let it happen just once.
All that lore. So, yeah, but okay. Now, I am a watcher of the show. I do enjoy putting on the Lolcow Live with Wings, Boogie, and Keem. And the reason I like to do that is I like their what I've discovered, I guess, recently about what I like about the show is I like the more lighthearted content when they're all, getting along and they're all doing something interesting, like when they went to the Halloween haunts.
Chantal, you're watching things like Lolcow Live. You're watching the panels. You yourself have a dying channel. And you're coming up with all kinds of bad ideas about how to make money on that channel. But you're not looking out around on YouTube. You're not looking around on Girl World to see what people are interested in. What captures a person's interest? What gets them interested? What keeps them engaged? It's about engagement. You've been on YouTube for years. You should know this, that engagement matters. Engagement is where it's at, not the amount of subscribers you have on your front page. It's about engagement. It's about the active subscribers, the people that are watching your videos, the people that are getting the super chats and the memberships and leaving the comments. Active engagement. If YouTube were to take away all the dead subs on your channel, you might be left with about 20, 30K, honestly. And the rest are just dead subs. Your channel would be a lot smaller. A lot of the numbers that you've got are just through dead subs, inactive accounts. But if YouTube did a cleanup, 20, 30K would be gone. 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 20 a lot of that would disappear. But that's why your numbers suck. You know, the number looks good on the front of the page, but when you start looking at the other numbers, it's bad. It's real bad. Real bad.
When Boogie's picking up trash by the road.
But you don't try to get people engaged. You're not working on your channel. You're not sitting down and saying, what can I do for the people? What can I do to entertain people? What do they like? What they do not like? I've got to do something different here. I've got to. You're not about doing things differently. You're about keeping things the same. And by doing that, you put yourself at a corner of absolute monotony. And that's why people are turning away, because you don't even try. You have a I don't care attitude, and that translates to your channel and your content. Has nothing to do with the reactors.
You know, as a punishment. I like that kind of content. What I don't really enjoy, I've noticed about the show, is I don't like the, you know
what, Foodie? I'm noticing something, like your speech pattern. Like, I've been watching you for years. Like your speech pattern, you sound a bit more slowed down, more so than usual. So your eyes look a little bit glassy. You're sounding a bit more slowed down. Did you take something before this video? Because you're sounding a bit more sedated, for lack of a better word.
The back and forth of the just extreme hate, name calling, shouting, the drama, that kind of thing. And it just kind of like brings me in like a negative space. And I guess it also just kind of reminds me of times where I'm angry and I let my anger get the better of me and I rage, or how I used to rage really bad and just be more that way. And
you know what she's really afraid of, y'all? She's afraid of going on a panel with people who even halfway know the lore and then ripping her to shreds. Well, it's too late, Chantal. You went on a panel, you got ripped to shreds. And here's the funny thing. Here's the really funny thing. I know you went up there for a few reasons. You went up there because you were hoping to get a job through Lolcow Live to be one of the presenters and get what, 4 or 5K a month just doing lives. And that would replace some of what you lost on your channel. So you're doing it for that reason. You were also wanting and needing attention. Maybe you were mad at Salah, and that was another reason. Maybe you're done with Salah, and that was your way of burning the house down. But you're not going to go on a panel with a bunch of people and get ripped to shreds. But you going on the panel, all it did was increase the people on the reaction side, because people are going to go digging, and they're going to go looking, and they're going to find all the reaction channels and the clip channels and the archive channels, and they're going to see all your business. So you were just, secluded inside Girl World, although there are other communities that have heard about you, but now you fully exposed yourself to those communities. So even more people know about you, and not in a good way. Good job, stupid.
So I'm going to explain why I am not going to audition for the Lolcow Queen show. And
you know what? Let me complete that sentence. This is why I'm not going to audition for the Lolcow Queen show, because they would never accept me, because I would never get hired, and because I would get roasted, and I know it. There's no chance of her going for an audition and getting hired. They pretty much shut her down and told her no on the panel that she was just on. Like, she thought she could just make an appearance, just run up to the stage and go, hire me. And they would, but they're not going to. They've already said so. No, thank you. No, ma'am.
and I did get approached by somebody from their docket team. Very, very nice person, by the way.
Sure.
If you're watching, thank you so much for thinking about me, and for those of you who thought that I would be a good fit for that show. I don't know if that's a compliment or not, considering if you watch the show. Look, the show, it's meant to be a dumpster fire. That's what is the entertainment value of that show. It's
a little observation though, Chantal. Looking at you on that panel, you were having more fun on that panel, being more yourself than you do on your main channel, this channel. Like being amongst other locals, you were at home because that was your kind of pasture. Being on the pasture or being that traditional wife and being restricted to different things, that is not you. But you seemed a bit more home and relaxed with yourself on the Lolcow live panel, because that's caters to more the real you.
Lolcow live. So I find it very hilarious, very, very dedicated haters. I see you. And it's the same one since I started my channel, all just really trying to ruin this opportunity for me, any opportunity they can. And they don't realize that they're just promoting me more.
So she just told on herself. Foodie, I love how you tell on yourself. I do. You just pretty much self-confessed that the reason why you were going to the Lolcow live is not because you strictly enjoy the channel and you enjoy the content and you enjoy listening. Being content to just be a viewer and be in the audience and contribute to the conversation. No, you're referring to it as an opportunity for employment, to get paid. Like you were hoping to make some money out of it. That's why you've been hanging around Lolcow live so much. You're like, this might be the next step for me. I'm trying to make money in my own way on my own channel. It's not working. I need to go get hired by somebody just being a complete dumpster fire.
More. Like the more messy you make me seem, the more outlandish you make me seem, the more that's going to pique interest for the show. There are people on the show. I mean, like Boogie.
Are we about to do the whataboutisms? I think we're about to go into the whataboutisms. It sounds like it. She's about to do the whataboutisms. Like, I wonder if she's like trying to make a case for Lolcow Live. By making this video, maybe he might hear about it. She might be like bringing stuff up on purpose. And she's essentially saying, hey, Lolcow Live, hey, Keemster, you got all these Lolcows on that did all of these horrible things. Well, what about Boogie? He did this. What about Rings of Redemption? He did that. So why won't you hire me? What about me? You're hiring the Lolcows. How dare you not hire the queen of the Lolcows? This is unacceptable, sir. You need to hire me. The queen is offended that she is, in her words, an original Lolcow. How dare Keemster not hire someone that's one of the original Lolcows. Before Wings of Redemption, before Boogie, there was Foodie Beauty. So she's like, I deserve to be part of that crew.
Show of virtuous people. That's not the point of it. Okay. I mean, he has redeemed himself, whatever. He's done his for a panel of angels. You're not going to find it on Lolcow. And if you did,
and that's why she wants to be on there, because she could just be herself.
Have very virtuous people on there, people would be bored and not watch, and that's a fact. Okay, so
basically, Chantal, what you're saying is, even though you have your own channel and you can do whatever you want on your own channel, heck, you could do panels on your own channel if you wanted to, but you never will. If this is your channel, you can do whatever you like with it. You don't know how to be entertaining on your own. And you're not bothering to know how to, and you're not finding out either. To be entertaining, you have to be around other people that make you entertaining, that drag you for filth, that rip you apart, because you don't know how to entertain people. You know how to gross them out. You know how to tick them off. You know how to be shocking, but you don't know how to entertain. You really don't know.
And Keemstar's smart, and he knows this. So it's basically like a Jerry Springer review, kind of. I had to decline politely.
I don't think that happened. Chantal, let me tell you something. If you're lying about this, if they offered it to you and you turned it down and they see this video, they're going to rip you to shreds again. Keemstar and his people, they're going to get on the live and go, she's lying. It was never offered to her. So you best be telling the truth, because they will rip you to shreds again.
Auditioning for any spot on any of the shows. I went up last night, and honestly, and I'm not crapping on the show at all. The show is what it is, and I knew that. So it was totally my decision to go up.
Chantal, you were being such a pick-me Patty. You were in the chat. They did not have you as a scheduled guest. You were in the audience, and you're basically like waving your hands in the air saying, let me up on panel. Let me up on panel. You wanted to get up there. You weren't a scheduled guest, and they let you up there, and you made a complete fool of yourself. And you can't blame anybody on the panel for that. That was your fault. That was so your fault.
You know, it just made me feel like I'm going against principles that I'm trying to live by.
Ma'am, you got up on panel. You were encouraging strange men to look at your lady parts, to look at pictures of your lady parts. You were offering sexual acts to strange men. How does your husband feel about that, by the way? You were bringing up his certain fetish and laughing about it. And I also wonder how he feels about that, too. You were just saying the most. Right now I'm thinking about a song. I'm sorry. There's an old song by Billy Joel called Big Shot. Y'all can look it up. I can't play it because of copyright, but it fits Chantal. And basically the song revolves around somebody talking about another person who shows up at a party, acts like a big shot, runs their mouth, does the most. And they're like, you think you wanted to be a big shot, didn't you? Had to open up your mouth. And that was you. You were trying to act like a big shot, and it did not carry over well.
I'm not that person anymore. I don't do.
Oh, yes, you were. Girl, that lie proved you're still the same person, the same foul, disgusting, vulgar creature you ever have been. Talking about your lady bits and saying it's okay for guys to look at your old pictures and being delighted that these strange guys were looking at it. You haven't changed.
OF content. I would never anymore.
But you'll be looking at your old stuff, even though you're a Muslim woman.
You know, whatever happened in my relationship, we've been moving on from that.
Well, can it move on from this, though? I mean, how much does Salah know about? Does he know about the live that just happened? Does he know about the panel? I bet he doesn't know yet, but I'm sure somebody will tell him. I am absolutely somebody. Somebody somewhere is going to tell him, and he's going to hit the roof. He is going to be livid. Not so much of you making a fool of yourself, but the fact that he was discussed and his fetish was discussed. It was brought up. And there was some humiliation going on there. Like I said, I don't know if the two of you have been fighting and you were getting back at him or something, or he's not giving you attention, but I'm sure he's not going to appreciate a whole new audience outside of girl world knowing about him and his fetish. It was bad enough that girl world knew, and we're never going to shut up about it. Now in comes another community. And now they know about it because of you.
I just don't want, stupid things like just like it's totally irrelevant now. I have no interest in screaming back and forth to generate views.
Translation: I don't want to join Lolcow Live because obviously there are people on that channel that know some parts of the lore. Maybe they don't know all of it, but they know big chunks of it. And there are people in the audience that know big chunks of it. And they're going to find out more stuff. And I'm going to get ripped to shreds every single time I go live. So knowing that there's a whole lot of smoke over there, I don't want it. And I'm backing away. That's what she's saying.
It's just not something I'm very interested in. Yesterday, me being in that environment kind of confirmed it for me.
Yeah, you thought you could just sneak yourself over there. You thought you could just do the panel, no harm, no foul, run your mouth. Girl world wouldn't find out. And we did. Oh, we did. We found out quick. Because, everybody talks, especially on Twitter. Gotta love Twitter for that. We found out fast. And now that we're aware of Lolcow Live, now that we're aware that you're going over there and hanging out and acting like a groupie, yeah, we're going to be keeping on all eyeballs on that. And you know that. And you're afraid of that. You are so scared. Now that girl world knows where you've been, creeping around, we're going to keep an eye on that.
I'm trying to say my opinion without being a total sounding snobby, because I'm not. I don't want to just partake in that kind of content for views or money.
She would have done it if she knew that girl world would never find out, if Salah would never find out. But because girl world knows about it, he's bound to find out. She likes to operate in the dark. She'll do things as long as she figures no one's going to catch me. No one's going to hear about it. Nobody's going to know about it. But it's not fun anymore if she gets caught or if there's a potential for her getting caught. So the fun is over. Game's over. She's not going to play anymore.
I thought it would be a fun opportunity because, I saw the dynamic and they have fun doing it. So for me, I wasn't really just thinking, of money potential. I was thinking of more of networking, building friendships and stuff. But I don't think that that's the type of content that Lolcow.
You know what, Chantal? I've been on panels before. There are bad panels. There are good panels. There are okay panels. And you're right. When you get people up on a panel, they all know each other. They have symmetry, chemistry, synchronicity going on with each other. They can sit around and just have a conversation, and it could be entertaining for the audience. Because it's obvious that people on panel, they know each other and they're having fun. But where would you fit into that? I mean, seriously, what would you add to any panel? You're not a fun person. You are not about talking to people in a friendly way. You're not about making friends. You don't even like other women. You hate other women. And you always want to be in the spotlight. You don't want to share the spotlight with everybody else. Just be part of a group. You want to have the spotlight on you, and everybody else is just secondary. Hence the reason why you would be awful for a panel. You want to get the most talking time. You want to get the most attention, and you would not be a person. If you went up on panel, you would understand that there's a lot of people up on a panel, and all should be given time to speak their mind and have their opinion intelligently. You're not a panel kind of person. You are a I want to be alone and get all the attention kind of person. So you have your channel, have it, do it. But if they put you up on a panel, what would you add to it? You just sit there and let people roast you. But you would not be good to sit and have conversations about many different things with people and be interested in what other people have to say and respond. You would overtalk everyone, and you would get jealous if somebody came up and got more attention than you, especially if it was a woman and she was attractive. Oh, you would lose your mind. Lose it. You would lose it. You'd be so snippy to that woman. Yes, you would. You'd be so mean. You'd be mean to everybody, period. You would drag a panel down.
How queens will be. I don't really just want to, a few hours or whatever. It's just not something that I find pleasurable. And I don't want to like dredge up my past for entertainment as well. Of course, people.
Of course, she doesn't want it dragged up on the Lolcow Live channel because she wouldn't be making money with it. Other people would. Like she'll bring it up on her channel where she can monetize it and make money with it, but she doesn't like the idea of going to somebody else's channel and she doesn't make a dime. That goes against what she wants to do.
Still gonna ruminate over it, talk about it, rewatch all the old stuff. That's fine. That's totally fine. That's not who I am anymore. And what they think that I'm wearing anymore, especially haters.
Ma'am, you went up on a panel. You claim to be a reverted Muslim woman who took the Shahada. Let's like put aside everything that you've done since taking the Shahada, since going to Kuwait. Let's just put it in the corner for just a minute and let's focus on just that live, just that one live. Look at everything you did as a reverted Muslim woman. You were gossiping, haram. You were cursing, haram. You were talking about your OnlyFans pics, haram. You were encouraging strange men to look at those pictures and being excited that they were looking at them. That is extremely haram. Just in that one live, you were doing so many awful, vulgar things. Just that live, nothing else. Put it aside. Just that live. And you have the audacity to claim that you're a Muslim woman acting and talking like that? Girl, just no. Take off the abaya, take off the hijab, come back to Canada and be your true authentic self. Stop faking the funk, okay? Stop faking it. Stop cosplaying. Just come back and be your real authentic self. It's time. It's overdue. Be your real authentic self. You'll find happiness in it. It's better than being in Kuwait and going broke and being miserable. Just come back to Canada. Be real. It's time to be real.
Of anything. I'm just here to live my life, and that's it. Like I'm
laughing because I get notifications on my phone when people go live, and French Fry Girl is going live, and she's gonna have a ball. She's covering the Lolcow live that what happened. Frenchie, you're going to have a ball. Have fun. Have fun. Oh, you're going to enjoy this one, Frenchie.
But, you know, I am a Muslim revert.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You don't have the faith in your heart. No, you're not.
And I haven't been acting accordingly,
Nope.
like, especially being on
Right?
that show.
So it's time to take a step back and think about that. I did this, and this to be a Muslim revert, but am I really? Am I really? The answer is no. The answer is no, Chantal. Stop faking.
So, and engaging in negativity, acknowledging haters, acknowledging negativity, retaliating against haters, you know, swearing way too much, just doing a lot of things that are just against principles that are against principles that I'm trying to follow now in life. So, that's the main reasons that, you know, I don't feel that this show is the right fit for me anymore.
That you're doing on your main channel. If you're trying to blame shift onto another channel of like, oh, because it would encourage me to act like that, you've been acting like that on your main channel for the longest. Don't try to blame Lolcow Live for acting vulgar and acting out of pocket. No, you were doing that anyway. You were just looking for another way to do it and not get caught, and you got caught. You got caught. You got found out. You loosened up your lips and you said a lot of things on Lolcow Live, and you thought Girl World wouldn't find out, and we did. So now here you are trying to backtrack.
3 years ago, then yeah, more than likely that would be totally
You know what? If you could backpedal this fast on a treadmill, you might lose 20 pounds.
fine. But it's just not something that I feel fits the direction of life I'm seeking to go forward in. So, good luck to me, because I have to, you know.
Yeah, but are you better? Are you better? I don't. You're worse. Think about who you were and what you were 3 years ago versus now. Do you think you're better now than what you were? I mean, I've been watching you, Chantal. You're sicker now than you were when you first left Canada. You're a lot more unhappy. You're a lot more miserable. You're a lot more broke. Your channels are getting less views, which your channel matters to you. You're no better off. There's been no improvements in any way that I can see. There's been a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Things have just really gone downhill. You really fell off, you know? Your channel fell off. Your health fell off. Everything's on the decline. So it doesn't make sense to be there.
I know in my heart what I want to do, and I just have to put the intention, put the work in there. Want to be more wholesome. Like, even the beast.
Did you guys catch the first part? She said, I want my channel to be super boring. Then she says, I want my channel to be wholesome. Well, you can have a wholesome channel, Foodie, and make it entertaining, but you don't know how to do that because you're not a wholesome person. See the problem? Wholesome is not what you are. It'll never be what you are. That's not your energy. It would never work for you. Putting on another set of clothing does not make you wholesome. It doesn't make you a traditional wife. It doesn't mean like it excuses all of the things you did, all the things you said. You know, because you're just putting on clothing, but you're not changing yourself inside. You're just covering it up, but you're not fixing with the problems.
I want a wholesome bees. I want to just have lighthearted fun. I don't want to have negativity and hate because honestly, it's just not worth the mental health.
You know, speaking of wholesome channels, I am actually subscribed to a few that there's really no talking, but the it's almost like cinematography. You know, it's like they're like showing you the different seasons, and it's like cottage core and like natural living, and it's just a beautiful camera work, beautiful camera angles. I love those videos. I do. I mean, those are pretty wholesome, but the people doing them, that's their true passion. That's what they want to do. That is true to who they are. See, wholesome is not what she is, so it would never work for her. Even if she tried to create the scenery, she doesn't have the energy to match. So I think it's just time, Chantal, for you to be honest with yourself and just do what's true to yourself.
So that's why I don't feel like I would be a good fit. Like upon further thought, I was you know, like a little bit starstruck because, you know, Kim has a lot of clout and
Yeah, you were cloud chasing, just admit it.
Famous on the YouTube streets, and I thought, you know, I'm labeled as a Lolcow, and you know, I felt like if there's anybody that should be on a Lolcow show,
Just said it. I'm a Lolcow, but not only am I a Lolcow, I'm Queen Lolcow. How dare they have a Lolcow Queen show and not have me up there? What are they thinking?
I'm one of the biggest ones, right?
Yeah, so, just thinking in terms of herself. Me. I should be the first one hired. I should be the first one considered. Screw all these other women. Just have me. Make the show about me. Pay me all the money. But it's a panel, Foodie. It's all kinds of people together, talking together, bouncing ideas and thoughts and topics off each other. You don't have that ability to be on a panel and discuss things. All you want to do is talk about food and yourself and be gross.
So, but I realized that I'm not really like, I'm not like I was before. I haven't done any years, and
No. No, you still do things.
Rages, yeah, still raging against haters, yeah, but that's, again, I'm really trying to just challenge myself and just let them talk to themselves. So
we're not talking to ourselves. We're talking to each other on Twitter, on YouTube. You won't stay out of our business. You do your lives. You talk to the people in your lives. You come creeping around our backyards, our community posts, and our lives, our Twitters, all that. You're the one creeping around, peeking in when you're not wanted.
I really want to just like focus on lighthearted, fun content. You know, so that's all I want to do. So
they really won't. They won't even miss you.
They won't miss me. But
I'm sure that Keemster is right now going to be sending you a bill for his therapy after looking at your vag pics, though. I'm sure they all are. They're going to be billing you for the therapy.
I just, it's not something I don't want to like live in my past and
Foodie, that's You live in nothing but the past. You refuse to go forward. You refuse to change. You live historically. You live in the past. And you refuse to stop living in the past.
To things that
you're okay with living in the past as long as other people don't know about your past and bring it up and hit you over the head with it. That's the part that you don't want. You don't want people to call you out on your lies and show receipts and make you look like a bigger fool.
People just want to use to bring me down, to try to bring me down.
Girl, you can't go any lower. At this point, you are like 100 levels below the floorboards. You're practically at the Earth's core. You're low in a way we can't even, you're down in an abyss and we're throwing a rock down. We can't even see daylight. You're all the way at the bottom. We don't even know where you are.
Just not want to continue to try and work on bettering myself and living my life with my happy little family. And my life is not perfect. I'm happy with what I have. I'm happy with the positive Beezers I have in my life. I have my Beezer army, even if it's not as big as hater army. That's fine. For me, it's
you've ruined your channel. You won't work on your channel. You won't put the work in. You won't be creative. So you got what you got, and that's all that you got. And Light by Ron, or whatever his name is, he feels sorry for you because you're over there crying about not having much money. So he's over there buying memberships to make you feel better. Maybe some of your feedies took off, or they can't give you money because it is the holiday season. And that's why you're so desperate to get a job with Lolcow Live, because the money on your own channel sucks and you're not one to put the work in to bring the money back up. I can't feel sorry for you, because if you want money just that bad, you can get your big butt on a plane, go home to Canada, and be your real authentic self. The money will come back up for a little bit. But you don't want to do that. I'm not saying you have to do party favors, Foodie. Don't mistake me. Just be your real authentic self. Stop this act. It's not you. This person is not you. It never has been you. No matter how much you try to make everybody believe it is, this is not you. We know you. And you know that Girl World knows you. And you hate that. You hate the fact that there are reactors that have been around for years. They know the real authentic you. They were around when the real authentic you was in full view. We saw the real authentic you in Cuba. That's why the Cuba rage is so infamous, because the real you was out. It was all the way out. And you hate people bringing up the Cuba rage. But that's why it's remembered, because you were not faking that night, were you? No. But this ain't you. Go home and be the real you. The real one.
I have people in my chat just saying, B word, see you next Tuesday. I hope this person dies. They're disgusting. I hope they
channel where she can't control the panel, and she can't control the people on the panel, and she can't control the narrative. And if they say things to her, that she can't turn around and dirty delete everything. That if she says something incriminating, she can't delete it. In other words, she doesn't want to be part of a channel where she has no absolute control. She doesn't like the idea of somebody else having control. She wants it all. That way, if she screws up, she can delete it and fix it.
Just being negative all the time. We just laugh and have a good time most of the time. And that's what I want to continue to do. So I appreciate you guys. I love my Beezers, and
shut up. You're really full of it, Foodie. You're like, I might have gotten hired, but I don't want to audition for them anymore. They wouldn't have hired you anyway, girl. Keemster said on his live what he was looking for. You ain't it. So just give it up. Stop acting like a groupie over there. It's embarrassing. You're 40 years old. Stop that. So that's it for this react, y'all. What do y'all think about this mess? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys later. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.